Hi there, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. So on this video, I'm going to teach you how to use Monday.com project management tool, beginner's tutorial 2024. And right now, as you can see, I'm currently inside the landing page of Monday.com. Now, a quick introduction about this one. So for the ones who hasn't heard about Monday, this is a project management tool, much like Asana or even ClickUp. Now, what sets apart or what sets Monday.com apart from other project management tool? One of the best features about this one is it's user friendly. It's pretty direct. There isn't any looping with this one. It's pretty direct and easy to use. And it's being used with the top companies right here for Coca-Cola and Canva, even CAT or CAT or Hulk something like that. Even Universal is right here and Lionsgate. Now, that being said, let's get started, right? Now simply click on this option right here to get started, and I'll meet you once inside. So welcome back to the video. Once you get started and log into your account, this is what it should look like. Now I've just used my dummy Google account just for the sake of discussion here, and with this one you'll see on the right section that there are guidelines for starters or beginners. You're gonna set up your account for the first one, upload your photo, enable desktop notifications, invite teammate, and so much more. Now by default, you should have a sample board here or sample workspace. Now since I want you to take you step by step here, I'm gonna delete this one. Click on the three dots right there, click on delete, and now we don't have a workspace anymore because I want to take you step by step here. Now to create a workspace, before we create our workspace also, is that a brief introduction regarding workspaces is these are the main project management or project sections where we work inside Monday. Think of them as your main landing page or main section where you can have sections within it. So what we're going to do right now is we're going to create a workspace. Since we have deleted the one earlier, I'm going to teach you how to create one, and simply clicking on this plus icon to add item to workspace, and then clicking on that one right there, you can create a new project, new portfolio, board, doc, dashboard, even templates right here. Now that being said, if you go back to main workspace, you can add your workspace right here. So if you click on this one, we can simply name this one, let's just say sample workspace 1. Now you can choose if it's open or closed, but for close, this is available for enterprise only. You might ask me what's kind of enterprise. Now enterprise is a paid subscription plan, which is I think this is the highest. Anyway, I'm gonna make it open and click on add a workspace right there. So we have a workspace right now where you can interchange your main one and your sample workspace right here. Also, after workspaces, let's talk about boards and templates. So let me remove that one. So boards and templates, you can simply check them out right here, the one I showed you earlier. We have board right there, and we have templates right here. For example, if I choose the templates here, there are categories to make it more narrow, to make it more precise. So for freelancers, these are the most common used templates regarding Monday.com workspaces. As you can see right here, if you choose customers request, you already have integrated apps much like Slack. I think this is Zillow. We have Zoom right here. This is Gmail, Dropbox, and Drive. Now, if you choose for example, project management, you have multi-projects right here. Jira is right here. And then we also have Project Plan Monday right there. I'm gonna go with single project right here. So it can integrate with Gmail, Dropbox, Drive, Excel, Jira, Google Calendar, and Outlook. I have an option to use this template, like so. You can choose it to a new workspace or your current one. So I'm just gonna choose that one. And currently it's setting up everything I have here. For example, it's creating some tasks, some sample projects for us to work with. And right now it has successfully finished and we have it right here. Now let me just take this time and let you know that I really appreciate Monday.com regarding this presetted plans, because I don't have to start from scratch if I want to test the waters here. For example, I'm just gonna checking the temp on how it works. I have something to work with. That is the best thing about Monday.com. Now, Since we created a workspace, let's talk about boards. So boards are the ones inside the workspace. Again guys, workspaces are the main project section. With it, you can add boards, documents, dashboards, and so much more. You can also add projects and portfolio. Now, for example, I want to add a board right here. I'm gonna name this one sample board. I can make it main, private, but this one is for privately or working alone. Shareable is for privately or outside accounts. And then with this one, I'm gonna make it shareable. I'm gonna make it custom, just for the sake of the discussion. And with this one, select what you're managing on this board. I'm gonna name this one editing, something like that. I'm gonna click create board right now. It's now creating me a sample board within my workspace account. So, okay, got it. And with that being said, we now have a sample board inside our workspace regarding or using the same template we have earlier. So single project, this is a document type, so they can differ on the logo right here. On the left side before their name, you might get confused if this is a board, if this is a project, if this is a document. So for new projects or projects, this is their symbol. For portfolio, this is their symbol, and so on and so forth. Now, since we already created a board template, even a workspace of our own, I think the only one missing right now to get started is inviting teammates. Even Monday.com says we should invite teammates on this option right here. So since we already added a project tool, a single project, a board, a template for our workspace, I think it's time to add or invite some members. Because as of now, I'm the only one inside here just for the sake of discussion, right? Anyway, to add some members, you should invite them on this option right here. So invite board members, you can search by name or email. So with this one, I think I'm just gonna select myself for the sake of the discussion and leave it as it is. Again guys, this is the option where you can invite and collab with your friends. Make sure you just input their email with that. Next up, let's talk about managing groups. Now next up, let's talk about groups. Again guys, the hierarchy here or the setup is gonna be workspace. Under workspace is gonna be projects, boards, or even documents, okay? Dashboards right here. Now under boards, there's gonna be, we call groups. For if you lay down on your mouse right here, you can add a new group wherein these are the groups. For example, I have planning group, I have execution group, I have launch groups. And then I can rename them as I see fit. For example, planning 1. And then I can name this one execution 1. Same goes with launch 1, I can name it as it is. To add a new group, simply click on this option and name this one. Let's just say this one, sample group 1. And inside groups, you can add some tasks, like so. For example, I want to add some tasks here. Sample task 1. I need to name an owner. For example, I can add the owner right here. I'm going to add myself. The status, I'm going to click on working on it. Timeline. Let's talk about timeline here. I think I can place it as 19 and end it as 90. Something like that. Duration is automated once you set up a time. For dependent on, I can add some people here. For example, for dependencies, I can add milestone planning, something like that, and task 1. So these are now the dependent on this task. So the one I'm creating right now will depend its completion with this task right here. Plan effort. This is now another subsection. If you click on the 3 dots right there, you can filter, sort, collapse, duplicate column, add a column to the right, rename this one. For example, you want this one. I'm just gonna name this completion or something like that. And then for effort spent, I think I can just name this one 1 hour, 2 hours or so. And for completion status, as you can see, this is a formula. If you click on the plus icon right there, you cannot do anything here. This is automated or auto-populated depending on how you complete this task. For example, you're already on day 20 or day 19, and currently you're progressing every day, day by day. Completion status will depend on your progress. Something like that. Now, since we already tackled most of the things here, I want to talk to you about Views. So what is views technically? If you check on your options on the top section, currently we're on the main table. Next up we have Gantt chart. If you click on Gantt chart right now, everything will change and you can view them as a Gantt chart. You can go to project dashboard, something like that. And of course, if you click on the plus icon, you can add a view. For example, I'm gonna click this one as a chart. And then I can view it as a chart, your progress, what's happening. And currently, I can view it as a chart. And by the way, guys, this is what I like about monday.com. I think these are 7 or 8 free views right there. And just for disclaimer, other project management tool, they only offer 1 or 2 for the free plan. So if I click on plus icon right there, we're going to talk about forms now. So forms are basically forms rather, as the name itself, that gathers data. So you can choose to create your first form right there, like so. You can name this one. Let me just type in sample form, something like that. And then with this one, I can click on required. So people needs to answer this to proceed. So that being said, after setting up some things here, for example, you can play on working on it here. The timeline is right there, making sure people will answer it as it is. You can now move on and uploading a logo if you want, change the text. You can also format text direction right here. This is by your own preference, by the way. Now let's move on with customize. You can customize your form with this option right here. For example, if you click on start right now once you're in customize section right here, this is how the people view your form. You can change the welcome screen. For example, use the welcome screen right there, change the title for sample, something like that, description, sample description, something like that. And then the submission view, this is how they view it. This is what they're gonna see once they're about to submit. Form restrictions right here, thank you screen is right there. Again guys, this is by your own preference. I'm just showing you on how it should look like. Next up, once you're already satisfied with the design regarding the front, welcome view, submission, thank you screen, and the works, you can now click on share, copy the link, and share with your friends regarding your forms to gather the data. Go gather data on your employees and your projects. Now, once you're already submitted it and people are answering it, for example, you can check on analyze right now to see who's answering, who are viewing it, who are not answering, or something like that. Now you can have data on who to talk to finish your forms. Of course, we have automate here. For example, streamline your forms process with easy to use automations. Basically for this one, you can involve AI here now. So if you click on explore all automations right now, so these are the templates of automation. So you don't have to start from scratch. We have explore here. So these are the general templates. For the basic, for example, when an item is created, assign creator as person, and something like that. You can create your own if you find nothing regarding the templates. And by the way guys, we have notification, status change, and recurring right here. But for recurring, these are for paid subscriptions. Regarding due dates, these are also for paid subscription. And I think for item creation also is for paid subscription. Other than that, we have others here for the free trial. Now we're back on the monday.com regarding our projects. Let's talk about documents now. So for documents, if you click on the plus sign right there, new doc right here, we can name this one sample doc. You can make it main, shareable, or private, but for the private, this is for the enterprise members. So shareable for me, create document or create doc, something like that, and wait for it to finish. Now for the first introduction, you're gonna have this. Now guys, if you're familiar with Notion, I have a video about that. This is the user interface of Notion or something like that. You can add here, move it right there, but make sure you have a dash right here to create a normal text, something like that. For example, sample title here or sample name. If I click on enter right now, I'm gonna name this one name sample, and then I can interchange it as it is. I can create it with the power of AI also. If I click on the drop down icon, I can move, copy link, duplicate, or set as place other. If I click on add right here, I can add a checklist. I can add a table. Of course guys, I can also add an image. Let's add this GTA image right there. just for discussion purposes. Styles right here, wide, frame, mono, serif is right there. Again guys, the only limit here would be your imagination. So that's going to be documents for you. Now let's talk about dashboards and widgets. So for dashboards, if I click on the plus icon and click on new dashboards right here, I'm going to name this one sample dashboard, something like that. I'm going to make this on main, create dashboard right here. So right now I have a dashboards. I can choose boards to use as a data source, or I can just name it or connect boards to this dashboards. For example, I can just connect the single project in this one, or just for the sake of discussion, I'm going to create or connect the boards in this dashboard. So click on done, and right now I have connected one board. And with this one, I can add something. For example, widgets, I have a chart right here. Another widget right now is battery. Now I can now interchange the two on however I see fit. This is gonna be my garage. This is my laboratory. I can place them whenever I see fit. For example, I can click on numbers right here and place it right there. Now I can have a visual view, not just numbers, regarding our project management progress. You can add some people here. You can save filters. You can filter right here. For example, you can change group or something like that. And that's going to be boards and widgets for you. So some more tools that are not discussed earlier is going to be my work. Basically, my work right here is a summary of what's getting done this week, today, past dates, later, or next week. You can have a broad summary of what's happening on your process. And then after my work, if you click on notifications right here, you can see all the people that mention you, all the people who has a question that has mentioned you. For example, I was mentioned option right there, assigned to me, unread, and all. Think of it as a normal notification summary. Of course, if you want to summarize everything, go to your My Account. You can choose My Profile to integrate your profile, import data, automations right here, developers, trash is right here. For example, you want to recycle something, archives right there, administrations right here, teams, mobile app, and the works. Also, before we end this video, I want to show you the pricing for monday.com. So this is going to be the pricing for the basic. We have $9 per seat, and this is the seat cheap size. For standard, $12, Pro is $19, Enterprise now is to be discussed depending on the salary or the size of your company. These are the features, so please check them out, and so on and so forth. And basically that's it. That is how you use monday.com for beginners level. So thank you so much for watching. Please hit the like button and subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Goodbye for now.